feel the ground under your feet and lengthen through your spine. Relax the shoulders, sink the hips. Just take some slow, deep breaths. So notice the breath as it comes in. Notice the breath as it comes out. Feel the head float up, feel the hips sink, feel the shoulders sink. Gently draw your toes in so that you can activate the arches of the foot. Sink and relax the hips. And just gently breathe in and breathe out. Relax the shoulders. Relax the elbows and the wrists. Sink down. Relax around the knees. Notice the breath as it goes in. Notice the breath as it comes out. Just feel this solid connection to the ground. Then turning the waist, just allowing the arms to move. So I saw Carell on Tuesday night. I had the evening off, so I thought, well, some of the evening off. So I phoned up. I said, can I come to the class? And they said, yes, of course you can. So it was really, really good. Really good. But the sort of take-home point I got from Tuesday was being aware of what you are doing and having an idea of what you are doing. So you want to sink your hips, you want to lengthen through the spine. Relax the shoulders, the wrists and elbows, and just while you're doing this, see if you can get your hands to feel bigger. So you want to relax the palms of the hands and then relax the fingers and the thumbs. And we're scanning across the room and looking from one corner to the other. And you want to be you want to be deliberate, actually. And particular in how you are moving. So really let those arms go. Breathe and relax. So we're just feeling the waist turn, feeling the arms soften and move. Noticing the contact with your feet and the ground. keep breathing. Very good. And then sink the hips, lengthen, soften and relax the feet, and then just gently draw the toes in so that you're holding with the feet. Lengthening again through the spine. Okay, nice and relaxed. Sink. Just very gently, while you're keeping the breathing natural, just rock forwards and back. While you're rocking forwards and back, notice what you feel in the feet and the ankles. Relax around the jaw. Sink the hips. Sink the shoulders. And then just create some space in your joints while you're doing this rocking forwards and back. And then transfer the weight. So just allow your weight to settle behind the ball of each foot. Relax and sink the hips. Lengthen. Breathing. Feel the toes. Okay, just allow your weight to settle. Check your posture. And then round and round. Create some space in your shoulders. Just create some space in the elbows and wrists, palms and fingers. Just feel this gentle floating up through the head as you sink down with the hips. Feel the ground under the feet. And then round and round the other direction. feel the ground under your feet, sink the hips, and then figure 8. Imagine you've got your helium balloon here pulling up your head. Okay, now go in the other direction. We're breathing and sinking the hips. Okay, shake out. Check your posture. Nice and tall. Softening the knees and the ankles. Check that your toes and knees pointing in the same direction. You're sinking your hips, lengthening through the spine. And we'll just do our little gentle bounce and then relax the shoulders. Lengthen through the body. Gently breathe. So if you can feel that the arms are stretching as you go down. And then pivoting around the elbow joint. Show that from the diagonal. Some opening in the chest. And lengthening, keep lengthening in your back. Show that from the rear view. And change. So you feel the weight gently transfer from one foot to the other, and you're relaxing and releasing, breathing. So think of the arms as sliding off the body, like you get butter on a non-stick pan. It kind of slides around. And also use your eyes. Keep breathing some more. Nice and relaxed. And then just come back to the middle. Just check your posture. So I think of it as kind of settling. As if you had a bit of string, someone lifted it up and then just allowed it to settle down. Take a couple of breaths. And then Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, wrists and the hands. Gently draw the toes in. Relax around the muscles around the jaw. Softly gaze forward. Listen behind. Listen above. And then change to just let your arms swing. So it's quite chilly and damp out there. So it's a good idea to make sure all the joints are happy and comfortable and mobilized. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'll show you this from the side. So I'm turning my waist. Just be aware of how you are moving. Keep breathing. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows and wrists. Sink the hips. Relax the knees and the ankles. Just feel the feet. Practice your soft, focused gaze. And then change to wobbling. So when we get to the end of the loosening, I will shut the windows because they're doing train. We got a letter through the door informing us that there would be train works from the 23rd of December to the 29th or something. I was like, oh joy, but it sounds like they've started a bit already. So you want to sink down, breathe, have a little shake out. Right, let me shut the window. Right, that's one window. Let's do the other one. Okay. Oh, that's much quieter. Fabulous. Okay. Check your posture. Let's just start with the shoulders. So just very gently. So when I was asking Simon about what's good for necks, because it was getting a bit chilly and I thought, well, people's necks can get a bit stiff in the cold weather. And Simon said that if you want the neck to free up, you've got to work the shoulders and the arms. Because if you just work the neck on its own, I'm going to go in the other direction now. If you just work the neck on its own, you actually haven't given yourselves enough room. He explained it all in science. But basically, if you want your neck to feel better, get your arms mobile. And that will do the trick, especially the shoulders. Shake out. Hands on the hips. And again, every time I change what I'm doing with my arms, I come back to the feet. So I was at Mike's class last night and we were doing a lot of leg work. Keep breathing. And then the other direction. And have a little shake out. Just focus on the arms. So it's like you're shaking water off the arms and do your bounce. And as you're doing your bounce, you're opening in this area here in the lower back. Yeah. Okay, so We're going to do a new one today. It's called Iron Butterfly. Hang on, let me just check. No, I've just got to do the thing with the laptop, so we've got a bit more of a roof, bit more arm space. Just about, yeah. It's called Iron Butterfly. I learnt it off of Barry McGinley, and it's a good one for arms. So what you do is you make a fist with both hands and you punch out. Just watch for now. And then this bit reminds me of air guitar. You go 1, 2. Oh, my fist has disappeared. I'll do it again. 2, 3, 4. And then you do it the other side. And we'll do 10. We'll do 10. And then it kind of, I'll talk you through it. Once you've done it all the way through, you'll never forget. So make a vertical fist with both hands like that. And also you want the fist, not there, that's too much. You want it a kind of slightly rounded shape. And we're tall. Okay, it doesn't really matter what side you go. I'm going this side, so maybe mirror me. That might be easier. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 2, 3, 4. Normally with Barry we do 20. 5, but you can already feel it. So relax the shoulders. 6, 7, 8. Okay, 2 left. 9 and 10. Okay, and then you push your hands out and then you get into a horse stance. Now, your horse doesn't need to be that big. I'm going a bit lower so you can see it easier. And then you go onto your left shoulder. So I'm going onto my right, but you go onto your left shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now 1, 2, the other shoulder. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2. So we do 8. 6, 7 and 8. And then you push out again. Then you bring your feet into Wu Chi. Then you cross your, interlock your fingers and then turn the palms up and stretch up. Then you turn to your left and keep your sleepy tiger eyes. Turn to your left. Turn to your right. Back to the middle. Over to your left a little way, not too much. Come back. Over to your right. Come back and then stay pointing forwards. I'm showing you from the diagonal so you can see what to do. Keep your legs straightish and back lengthened. Stretch forwards like that. Then you bend your knees, go onto the balls of your feet. I'll come to the front, onto the balls of your feet so that your thighs are parallel and you open your chest and then you come up, and this bit's quite tricky. And then you interlock the fingers and then we do 2 more reps. So you go up, turn to your left, turn to your right, back to the middle, over to your left, come back, over to your right, back to the middle, knees straight or legs straight, back straight. I keep a slight bend in the legs, but he says knees straight, legs straight, back straight, crouch down, heels off the floor, thighs parallel, open the chest. Come up. It's a good way of strengthening your legs. And then we do once more. Stretch up, turn to your left. Good tall gaze, turn to your right. Back to the middle, over to your left, over to your right. Legs straight, back straight. Bend. Thighs parallel, chest open. And then you come up. And that is Iron Butterfly. I don't know what I suspect it's possibly one of the Shaolin things or from Kung Fu. That's from Barry McGinley. Okay, take a slightly wider stance. Let's have a look. Let's do Dragon Serves Teacups. And we'll do 10. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Just yeah, stroking the beard. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And then stroking the long beard. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Lifting the arms up, the stretching, and then down. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2. Come back. 3, 4, 2 more. 5 and 6. Down. Yeah. Hang on, I'll come forward a bit. Actually, I'll go diagonally because I've got my window in the way. So you come like this and just go nice and slow. This is one from Evoca Scuba. So you're doing actually I'll do it from the side. I might be able to get my arms in shot. Just about. So you're just going nice and relaxed. Sink the hips. And then hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then come back. Okay, now go in the other direction. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just very gently turn the head from one corner to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one's from Simon. What you do is you bring your chin in and then you bring your chin forwards. 1, 2, but not too much. 3, 4, and you're lengthening through the head. 4, 5, and then we'll do scoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, some footwork. Just practice transferring your weight. Just practice transferring your weight, and then we'll do some of the Chen style leg warm up exercises. And we're breathing. Okay, so go to one side, sink your hips, and then if you need to use the wall, but make sure that the leg is on the outside of the hand that you're using the wall for. And then we're just going to lift up, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stretch forwards and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the other way. 1, 2. So I'm bending both legs. 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's murder. And they give your legs a shake. So you can also do it without the roundy thing with it. You can just do it like that, and that's pretty horrible in itself. So get your balance, and we'll do it the other side so we're not lopsided. So this is about 90 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Forwards and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 4, 5. Into a horse stance. We're just going to travel. You don't have to go as big as me. I'm just doing this for the camera, really, so you can see what to do. Okay, horizontal circle. Keep breathing, very good. Horizontal circle in the other direction. Vertical circle. Vertical circle, other direction. So make your legs very strong. 2 more. Then put your weight on one side and just put this hip forwards and back. So that's from ever. So you feel the hip open and close and your weight's on that leg. We won't do too many reps because it's a bit character building. Right, go and character build on the other leg. So put your weight there. Keep breathing. Great. And then shake out. Okay. We'll just do this one. Just breathe in. Breathe out. So we're doing the opening exercise as a health exercise. So imagine you're moving through water. And as that arms sink, your hips are sinking. And also I'm gently extending through my fingers. So it's like my arms are opening. A bit like when you see when they speed up, they take a film of a flower and they speed it up. And then you see the petals just slowly open when the sun comes out. It's that kind of feel in the hands. But you want to keep it all soft. So there's a rising up. And then as you breathe out, there's an opening and gentle extension. Gently expanding in the hands. And then let go in the lower back as well. And you want to feel it from the feet all the way up to the top of the head. Nice and relaxed. And then this one. So just take it easy. It's just think of it more as figure 8. Show you from the diagonal. So on. Keep breathing. Very nice. One more time each side. So big version. This one you come up sides of the body, come over down the middle, and there's a bit of a bend. Come up, breathe out. Using your whole body. Yeah, I had a very muddy Chen style this morning. The drizzle. Yeah. Okay, and then we go up, down. Keep breathing, keep nice and relaxed. Notice what you notice. Yeah. There's a keep breathing. And then coiling silk, smaller version. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Swap hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other direction. 1, 2. That's it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both. 1, 2. So it's like the vertical circle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. One hand on top of the other. 1, 2, 3. So opening and closing. Nice. Yeah. So it turns one way, turns the other, comes back to the middle. So you're turning your waist and keeping this nice open feeling in the palms. So remember, your palms are kind of expanding, and we're using the eyes, keeping nice and tall through the body. One more. Okay, so wave hands like clouds. Actually, take a slightly wider stance. It's a bit easier to feel the weight transition of the weight from one foot to the other. And this one's kind of open, and this kind of scoops underneath. When I've done it with Eva, I've seen other versions where they have the hand more flat down that way, but Eva says keep a rounded shape in the arms. And also the other thing is you want to really sink your hips. I'll show from the back. Okay, and now, try this. So you make a circle, and then you make a circle. I'll show from the diagonal. So I make a circle, and then I make a circle. It's a horizontal circle. I'll go back a bit so you can see. That's it. So you're turning, if you just do one of the sides, you're turning the hand with your waist. So you're connecting the hand to the waist. So the whole waist turning. You can put your hand there and monitor the opening and closing of the hip joint. So next time you're polishing your table, so we can have some people around for Christmas, so that's good to know. You can polish the table like this. Okay, try that the other side. And breathing. And then both hands. So notice the hand going back as the other hand comes forward. So there's a communication happening between the hands. Okay, now punch. Punch. I snuck that in, didn't I? So the weight transfers and you turn, and then that pulls back. The weight transfers. Show you that from the side. So I'm going like this. Going like this. So I'm feeling this, feeling my shoulder joint open. So there's a diagonal sort of stretch. And this isn't how you'd actually punch, but it's a useful exercise for if you ever got round to punching. It's quite good. And then eventually you can tap your hip as you punch, because that's what they do in the form. It feels quite tough. Keep breathing though. So we will be introducing the punch. One more each side. Nice. Shake it out. Okay, let's go from the beginning of the form to the single whip, and I'll do it facing that way, so I'm in the same. We're all using the same arms and legs. Great. Okay. I'll move this down a bit, then you can get a bit more feet. I'll start over here. So that's it. So you start with your feet together, nice and tall. Gently breathe in and out. Lengthen through the spine. And then draw the toes in, sink the hips. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and begin. Opening. Guardian warrior pounds the mortar. I have to go this way a little, and you step, heel, toe, bring the hands down. Now make that right angle with the front arm open. Come underneath. I'll do it opposite, like that. And then as you raise your hand up, this hand pushes down slightly. And then you, boom, like that. Very nice. Okay, I'll turn around. Now we turn to the left, turn to the right. Right hand underneath the left, and they're crossed. Cross the hands. Step out with your right foot. Sink your hips. Place your left hand on your hip, and the right hand comes up. And then like salt reeling number 1, which we haven't done yet, and push. Slight stretch. Release the stretch. Bring both hands down to underneath the neck, and then push. Drop the right hand, left hand on top, drop the left hand, fist the right hand, and your hand is under the elbow, and this is like slight hook shape. Now step with your left foot, heel, toe, sink your hips. Actually, we might as well just carry on. Bring your right hand to your left hand. Then we circle 2 times. 1, 2. On the second circle, turn the right foot in, step the left, turn the left foot out. Make that right angle shape. Open. Right foot in cat stance. Underneath. Down with the left hand, up with the right, and stamp. Then little turn. Step back with the right foot. Cat stance with the left. White crane in left cat stance. So white cranes like that. Brilliant. Let's go to there. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go from the beginning to that bit, and then just to show you what happens next, I'll do it along the diagonal. From white crane, you go into diagonal posture, and then you do step 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then diagonal posture, step 3 more times, and that's when we do the punch. But this room's too small, so I'm trying to get a bigger venue for Thursday afternoon somewhere, but that's relatively cheap. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. Nice and tall. And open. So get your posture correct first and expand and make yourselves nice and big and relaxed. And begin on the in-breath. Open the hands underneath. Oh. Guardian Warrior pounds the mortar. Lazily tying coat. Step out with your right foot, sink into your horse stance. Lazily tying coat. 6 sealing and 4 closings. Single whip. Bring the right hand to the left. Circle. Number 1. Circle number 2, turn the right foot in. And then when you finish the circle, turn the left foot out. Into Guardian Warrior pounds the mortar. Stretch, feel the stretch across the chest. Release the stretch. Little circle. Push forward, pull back. Cross the hands. Right cat stance. Step back. Left cat stance. Right crane. Okay. Oh, we only had time to do it twice. Never mind. Never mind. That was very good. So we'll, yeah, that's considering that we're all looking at a tiny screen and that's pretty impressive, I reckon. Very good. Okay, just sink down and lengthen. Really feel the ground under your feet. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Feel that you've got lots of space, lots of room in the body. You'll just gently turn the waist, see how we're getting on. Breathing in, breathing out. Very good. Relax around the jaw. So oh yes, on Tuesday I revisited he went through some of the basic standing exercises ad nauseum. So we will be doing some standing later. You can always watch the video after if you don't want to stick around. Okay, so feel the ground under the feet. And then we're going to do the balancing the 3 dantians. So you come up and then you slightly come up off with your heels and then you come down and breathe out. And then you come up onto the ball of the foot, go forwards, open, and then float down. Now the last one, you come up right up onto the toes and, oh, I've run out of arm room. Hang on. Right, that's the first one. We'll do 2 more with me having more space so you can see what my arms are actually doing. Oh, that's better. So the first one, you just have the heels off the floor a bit. And we do 2 reps, you see. The second one, you go on the ball of the foot. Push out, open, and down. And then the third one, you come right up onto your tippy toes, or at least up on the toes if you can do that. It's called balancing the 3 dantians. We do 1, 2, so we're on the last round, thankfully. And 3. Embrace the tiger. Return to the mountain. And stand for a moment and we'll see if it works this week. Rub the hands together and polishing the face. And rub the hands together and give the lower back a rub. Check your posture. Lengthen through the spine, sink the hips. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together, and bow. Brilliant. Right, so those of you that are going, well done. Do feel free to watch all of the video if you do, if you want, because that goes up on YouTube. Those of you that are staying, we're going to do some standing after our water break. So quick water break, and then we'll do some standing. And unless you've got any questions, feel free to ask some questions. I'm hoping for some more people to come to this class because I'm getting help with advertising it and also a bit of funding. So I hope so. This class is definitely safe.
Even that sounds good. Yeah.
So it's all cool. But it's because eventually this class will turn into Swaffham Prior Village Hall. So I'd be loath to lose the slot.
Yeah, of course. Well, I think I mentioned that I live sort of quite close to Royston, so Swaffham Prior is a bit of an expedition, really.
I'd keep the Zoom bit because I've been experimenting with that at Ely.
Yeah.
And, I'd just make sure I'd be in an area which meant I had a plain wall.
Yeah.
So my Zoomies could still come because the online thing's quite convenient for some people because then you don't really need to drive anywhere. And it's actually a really good way of learning. I mean, you don't know, like with the university, they didn't even need to leave their bedroom, really.
No, not any of their mates then.
In medical school or something, then you'd need to go there. But otherwise, most of what you need for a degree is probably all on YouTube anyway. I mean, I've been watching the biology lectures.
Yeah.
You know, so you can learn this. One of my friends up north, up in Huddersfield, he teaches Chen and Yiquan online full time, and he teaches the odd private student.
Yeah.
People he's teaching online. And they're all in different countries and stuff. So, you know.
I guess the only thing is that you can't sort of correct my posture and alignment. So all I've got to go on is, how I think I should be standing or whatever.
Is if we were, would be able to. But the thing is I think it's quite good this way because then you end up having to correct your own posture and alignment. You can yourself in the screen a bit as well, and then you can tell.
Well, I've shown you this, haven't I, Sarah?
Or not?
This gigantic mirror.
Oh yes, you can use the mirror.
It's huge.
You can actually do a lot.
I mean, it's as high as I can reach.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for my housemates to club together. We're going to buy it together, but
Right.
we'll all pay for it together. Then be about
Yeah.
sort of 10, 15 quid each, and that'd be better. But anyway, just what we're going to do is we're going to look at the through the health postures, because they're very nice for just getting things just so, and actually you feel a bit bigger and you feel stronger, and they're very nice to do. But we'll do Master Chung's arm relaxing exercise because I absolutely love that, and it's a wonderful exercise. It's so simple. So what you do is you just breathe in and then the arms float up. You breathe out, sink the hips, extend the fingers, open the hands, and then you breathe in and the hands relax and release, and the wrists come into the shoulders, and then you breathe out and then let go. And then you imagine letting go between the shoulder blades and then all the way down the arm muscles. And then just sit for a bit and practice your sitting. So as if you're perched on a high chair. 1, 2. So the health stances, you can have your eyes gently closed or half open. 3, 4. Let go. So this is fresh from Tuesday. So I like to see Carell every now and then. He's very good. 3, 4. Let go down the arm muscles. Let go between the shoulder blades and just create space in all your joints. A space in the shoulder, the elbow and wrists, the hips, the knees, the ankles, and the good contact through the feet. Nice and tall. Letting go down the arm muscles, letting go between the shoulder blades. Just get your arms as light as possible. 2, 3, and 4. So we only did 3 stances because he spent ages holding them. We'd run out of time, unfortunately, but so we'll do a much more kind of whistle stop version of what I did on Tuesday. Just soft, light feeling, very, very light. Feel that fingers, and then relax. Bend the elbows, wrists into the shoulders. Let go. Breathe in, breathe out, really let go. Letting go between the shoulder blades, letting go down the arm muscles. 1, all round. Normally we'd be doing this bit for about 20 minutes before the standing, but never mind. So just raise the hands up and over, go into Chen Bao. Chen Bao. And we'll just hold it for 5 in and out breaths. Sink the hips. Tall bow. Allow your weight to settle just behind the ball of each foot. Fu bow. So when Carell did this one, he said your fingers are slightly forwards and the thumbs are pointing towards each other. So that's brand new from Tuesday. So the fingers are slightly forward and the thumbs are pointing towards each other. So that was a new one. Okay, so we're going to do 2 of the combat stances as well. But we'll hold this for a couple more breaths. A couple more in and out breaths. Okay, now just let the arms, just shake the arms and the legs a bit. Now we've got a Hanyuan drum, which we've already done, where you have your foot towards a diagonal and you're in like a diagonal cat stance, and you're like this, and this hand is rounded like when you're doing that stance, and then the other hand, the fingers point towards the middle of the palm. So I'll just come back a little. Actually, I'll bring this down a bit because I'm not lifting my arms up for the rest of the class really. So oh, that's better. Now you can see the feet a bit better. And there's rounded, and because it's a combat stance, you're softly gazing forward. So you're looking where you're going. It's called Hanyuan Juan. And the Hanyuan, I think that's like your is it the void or something? I'll ask Carell what it means. It means do this, but it's got a meaning. And then we'll try it the other side. So normally you'd hold it until you got fed up and then you'd change sides, but we're just doing it each side a bit, just so we're equal. That's Hanyuan Juan. Now last week, I think we did Gorgua Juan. And when you're doing Gorgua as a combat stance, the hanging hook, it looks a little different. So I'll just okay, we'll let that cook for a bit. So the Gorgua, when we did it as a health stance with our feet parallel and our eyes shut, the little finger hung down a bit and the thumb and the other fingers pointed forward. And this always reminds me of a shadow puppet dog. Now, when you do Gorgua as a combat stance, you can, this hand is slightly this way towards the head, and this hand, it's almost like you're chopping, and you're like this. Now you can also do it that way, but we'll stick with this one for now, so we're not getting too confused. And you've still got that hooking shape. So the thumbs still point forward, the fingers still point forward, the little finger is hanging down. And this is about head height, and this is a little lower. So if you look at it from, so it's not like a equal stance. And try that the other side. So about 70-30. 70-30. And you're looking forward. Guo Gua Drun in dreadful Mandarin. All through the body. And relax. So eventually, go back to that one. Eventually, what you want to work towards being able to do is to hold each stance comfortably for 5 minutes. So there's 8 health stances and probably 6 or 7, possibly even 8 combat stances, and holding each one for 5 minutes on each side. So if some are double-sided, so that's a long time. It's a lot of training. Or the other thing Carell said is pick one stance and hold it comfortably for 20 minutes. So you'd pick. So my favourite one for practicing for a long time is my Zhangzhuang. So or Cheng Bao. Cheng Bao, it's also called the Cheng Bao stance, and you can just hold that. So see if you can get that comfortable for 5 minutes and then add till you get to 20 minutes. I once made the foolish mistake of holding my Cheng Bao for 20 minutes, having only just learnt it with Carell. I did a training weekend with him, and I was very enthused and a little younger and silly, and I thought, oh, I can do this for 20 minutes. So I timed it for 20 minutes and I was properly sinking. And then I was like, I couldn't move my leg. And it was, yeah. So just do 5 tops, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. You want to feel comfortable. And you think of expanding. And this is the Pung energy. Pung is in the expansion energy, like what you get in a bouncy ball. That's Pung. So you feel the ground. So you're feeling as though you're rising up from the ground, and not just rising up from the ground, rising and expanding in all directions. So if someone was to push at you, either in the arm or push at your back or all your legs, they'd spring off like you was a rubber ball. That's this sort of feeling that you're cultivating. So you want to draw the toes in, you want to sink down. And then a way of helping the time pass by, and also to give your mind something to practice, because this is each one, intent boxing or intent method. You imagine you're inside a hollow tree, and you can feel the inside of the tree around the outside of your arm, the outside of your body. You can feel it down the back and the sides and front of the legs. And as you're expanding, there's tiny little micro cracks in the tree trunk. It's a hollow tree trunk that you're inside. And you're sinking and you're expanding, so you get these tiny little, you can hear the little cracks as you're doing it. And then you can also imagine that you're holding a big solid oak tree, and that's on the inside. So that's on the inside of the arms, that's on the inside of the body, inside of the legs. And you're squeezing the tree. You're squeezing the tree. And then with little micro movements, forwards and back, side, figure 8, like when we're doing that foot, the sensory exercise for the feet. If you do a smaller version, then you're starting to dislodge the solid tree, and up and down as well. So you think of squeezing the tree and pulling it up, pushing it down into the ground, sideways, diagonally, round and round, up and down. And then go back into the hollow tree and expand. It's just a little mind exercise. And then you can also do Master Chung's exercise, where you do a very small figure 8 and move and sink your hips. So you've got the good solid connection to the ground. So getting your structure, and then very slowly, actually come back to the middle, very slowly allow your arms to lower. So you're not, so when you come out of these movements, it can be quite nice just to take your time to allow your arms to come down. And then instead of shaking, just think of expanding and releasing in your joints. And that can be quite an interesting way out of the standing. Okay, let's do that one. And we'll just try forwards and back and try the turn. And then we've also got this one. So you're turning your waist, turning your waist. So we're starting thinking about the health dance. So after the standing, it's good to do a bit of moving, and you can then start just inventing little movements. So we've got, here's some of the footwork. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you could, you've got sideways, and I don't bring the foot right in. I keep a gap. So like if you go to my fitness classes, we keep our feet not crossing and not coming into each other, because that's not good for the balance. You want to keep. So it's the same thing with this. So you got this one, you got this one, you got outwards, you got ups and downs, and then you've got your. And then you can just make things up. So you can go 1, 2, 3, boom, boom. You can make it up. See what happens. And then we'll do something a little bit more. So the idea is you're moving, and the whole body's moving together. Another useful way in is if you just do the swaying side to side. There's an exercise called Qigong. So Karela Nevakaskuba went to China to train with, I think they were training with, I don't know which master it was, but they used to go to China a lot. And so you can basically, you make it up. You just transfer your weight from one foot to the other. And then you can have a low hanging branches, you can have medium branches, you can have high branches. You can kind of turn your body, but the basic rule is you're going from one foot to the other. And then whatever happens in the middle of that is up to you. But there's this way, and it's called Qigong. And they came across this park in China, and they were all doing this movement with a master. It was like 50 people, quite early in the morning, and they had their translator with them, and they said, "Oh, what's happening here? What's this?" And they said, "It's Qigong. Join in." And they went, "Oh, okay." And they did this maybe for an hour, and then they did pushing hands. And the Qigong people were very strong to push hands with, because they're used to moving their weight, and they're used to feeling connected and engaged. And they weren't learning any actual techniques. They were just practicing this. And it's quite interesting. But you don't have to keep your arms high. You can keep them low. But the rule is to connect what you're doing with your hands with a weight transfer in the waist. And Eva says you've got to practice Qigong every day for 5 minutes. And it will help your balance. It will help your connectivity and your coordination, and it just looks a little odd. But that's quite a useful way into the health dance. And you can just try things out, you know, because it's just you and your body and some. But the rule is going from one foot to the other. And just so there's vertical circles, horizontal, all sorts of stuff. So it's understanding how you move. Okay, and then cool, what a whistle stop tour. White ape offers fruit. So just something a little bit more structured and coherent. So the good thing about each one is it's a very good, it's very systematic. There's not actually that much in the syllabus, which is great. So you can learn the whole syllabus quite fast. And it's all principles, but they also have some structure, which is quite useful because there's a lot of structureless stuff and lots of just general free fighting and standing and pushing hands and stuff. But it's quite nice to have some of the form. So the closest thing they've got to the form is white ape offers fruit. So I'll just demonstrate that. So we've done it before. Open. Now, when you come back, this hand comes over and then this hand comes towards it. And then you fan out. It's a bit like when we were doing the iron butterfly. There was that stretch. And then this comes down and this opens the hip. And then I've done a separate white ape offers fruit video on the YouTube channel. Do check it out. And I reckon you've got enough room for 3 in this tiny room. So we'll just jump on when you fancy. There's no hurry, and I will be hopefully getting the videos out. I've put Mondays up already, and then Tuesday's video, this and last Tuesday's video for the Forever Active, and then today's videos should be coming up at some point this evening. So what I tend to do is I tend to edit them, so it's just the teachy bits rather than the. So that's it. So you again the connection we were exploring earlier when we were doing the tree qigong and the health dance, or at the beginning the health dance. You just want to feel that your whole body is engaged and connected. And then I'll we'll do a few more. And then we better, oh gosh, yeah. So it was very nice seeing Corel. I don't see him enough. Very, very good teacher. Okay, so that really was a whistle-stop tour of each one, and not even, you know, we didn't even cover everything, but never mind. So we just breathe in. Breathe. If you are training outside, it's good to train outside, but maybe don't do as much. Have a hot drink with you and make sure you've got your gloves and scarves on. You want to keep your neck warm at least, and your central, your torso warm, and your back as well. You want to make sure you. So a cheat is to kind of train indoors, but with the windows open, and that's a bit of a safer way. Then embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. One more time. Just stand for a moment. Feel that you've got lots of space in the body. Your hips are sinking, the shoulders are sinking. You're nice and tall through the spine. Gently breathe in and out. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together, and